Hey everybody, welcome to Comics Talk. We are back in full swing with new episodes every weekend, different times, but the same batch. Try to get these done early sometimes, like today. I feel under the weather and it gets late and I realize, oh heck, I'm gonna be busy this week, so I need to film an episode this week. Yeah, that's why there's been a lot of zero issues and stuff lately, short videos I've done on my phone and uploaded. Uh y'all can catch some of those. But for now, I, your wonderful nerdy host, Fanboy X, have returned. And today, talk about a man who, by this point, probably needs no introduction. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, Batman. Yeah, so Batman. Okay, so for those of you who might be watching this show, who are new to comic books or whatnot, let me give you the brief summary. It's been done in every movie, cartoon. Okay. Uh, young Bruce Wayne was having a night out on the town with his parents. They walked down an alley, and this guy, who was later revealed to be named Joe Chill, robs them and then shoots them both. Bruce Wayne is the sole survivor. And he takes a vow to avenge the death of my parents by spending the rest of my life waging war on all criminals. So through his school years and all that, college, he trains forensics, uh, martial arts, uh, chemistry, all kinds of stuff, and becomes Batman. But imagine a lot of you watching the show probably already knew that. Of course, he's got one of the most iconic rogues galleries ever: the Riddler, Joker, Hugo Strange, Ra's al Ghul, uh, whole slew of them. So, like I said, really needs no introduction, so I'm just going to skip to specific issues, specific reading materials, which is really the whole purpose of this show. Uh, just comic book news and stuff. So, uh, I actually have some great Batman reading material here. Uh, Batman 497, uh, which is Nightfall Part 11. This is the iconic moment that Tom Hardy's depiction of Bane attempted to recreate in all its glory. Uh, instead of a wham, we got a plump and drop on the ground. You can watch that in my Nightfall review. Uh, so this is the iconic moment where Bane breaks Batman's back. This page has become extremely iconic. That's a good issue, and one that's been on the show before. And I know this one's gotten some views. My Batgirl 50th anniversary extravaganza. I uh made a whole list of Batgirl reading recommendations, and this issue of Detective Comics was on it, and now it's on it for a different reason. The Batman features. Which I think there's two or three. Yeah. There's one in the back called the Galileo Solution. And this was from a backup feature called the Unsolved Cases of Batman, which the artwork's old and the camera is not up to par really, but the title of it's right here. So yeah, that was a cool, interesting case. He never solved it, which is how the thing got its name. Uh, then there is, yeah, there's two stories. Sometimes it depends on the issue. Uh, Assault on Olympus. Uh, Basically, what happens in this issue, um, with this particular story, is he fights a nemesis of his named Maxi Zeus. Basically, take a guy that's crazily obsessed with Greek mythology, removes the first part of his name, and you have this guy. Uh, so epic clash there. Uh, so yes. So once again, Detective Comics issue 484 makes it onto a list of recommended reading. Uh, like I said, I'm feeling kind of under the weather, so I'm not at my liveliest, but I'm still at my nerdiest. So here we go. This is another good one. Batman Detective Comics, the New 52 Futures End one shot. This is a well crafted story of not just Batman, but also the Riddler, which takes a lot of flack for being Batman's least effective villain because he's always getting caught, which is really kind of the point. But I'll talk about the Riddler separately in another episode, baby. But that's the point. He wants Bat. It's the whole intelligence thing. I'm the smarter man. See if you can catch me. And there's been times when Batman's solved the riddle, just barely got into the scene in time to stop the crime. But this is a very well crafted Riddler story as well as a well crafted Batman story. And the great thing is it's a one shot, so there are no cliffhangers. Uh, the only continuity you would really have to keep up with is the Future's End storyline from 2014, which I haven't. Uh, but yeah, so New 52 Batman Detective Comics, Future's End one shot. Check that one out. And the artwork is great too. Uh, you see, there's a great page here with Batman and the Riddler. So it's a real well crafted story, but I'm not going to tell you what happens. But it involves the Calendar Man. Speaking of the Calendar Man, Batman #1, Rebirth. This is a one off that leads into the Batman Rebirth storyline from 2016. Uh, and again, great artwork, great story. Scott Snyder did this one. We're going to discuss him some more here in a second. But this involves the Calendar Man, and Calendar Man has been a C-list villain, but this one is creepier than your traditional Calendar Man who simply committed crimes on different holidays and whatnot, which he still does. Only he ages with each season. Then he molts. You heard me correctly, and is reborn in the freaking spring. Okay, so Batman #1 Rebirth 2016. Great artwork, great story, no cliffhangers. And now the creme de la creme, one that you've probably heard a lot about. Boom! Batman, the Court of Owls. This story is basically what tinfoil hats are made out of. A shadowy organization that's been running Gotham from behind the scenes since it was founded, and now they consider Batman and Bruce Wayne, and yes, they know that he is one and the same, a threat to their power structure because he's got this huge plan to revitalize Gotham. The problem is he does not consider them a threat. Why? Because they've been brushed off as folklore, conspiracy theories, Illuminati. You know, they're just that creepy nursery rhyme. Beware the court of owls who watches all the time, ruling Gotham from behind a perch of granite and lime. They watch you at your hearth, they watch you in your bed. Speak not a whispered word of them, or they send the Talon for your head. The Talons are their assassins. Uh, and so this is like it. Scott Snyder's artwork is amazing. Uh, or sorry, Greg Capullo's artwork is amazing. Scott Snyder's writing is incredible. So yeah, so Batman. The deal is he's gotten so used to being, uh, you know, the big shot and got like knowing his city that he believes that if this group existed, he would know about it. Well, it exists, but he doesn't know about it. And then even when they send an assassin for him, he was like, whoever he was that just tried to kill me was good. But his mistake was that he tried to use the legends of Gotham against me, and I'm the only legend this city needs. Seriously, dude, wake up and smell the owl scented roses. That was weird. And there's so many foreshadowings in this, basically. Uh, Harvey Dent leaves us with these words. Look, I didn't mean to knock your boy Wayne. I'm just saying, my view is when it comes to Gotham, you don't know it, brother. It knows you. And the moment you think otherwise, the moment you get too comfortable, that's when it stabs you right in the back. Because above everything else, Gotham is a mystery. That's the whole premise. Batman's gotten comfortable. He thinks otherwise, and the city literally just stabbed him in the back. Literally. So yeah, great artwork, great story. It ends with the court sending out their army of assassins to retake the city. And that's where the second part of the art, which is technically a separate art but not, the City of Owls comes in. Yes, that's correct. This story was so huge, it took up the first two collected editions of the 2011 New 52 Batman series. Whoa. Uh, and what I was saying, Scott Snyder's writing, Greg Capullo's artwork. Just you can see all throughout this, it's gorgeously, gorgeously done. But you could probably see it more if the camera was up to par, which, as I said, it's not. But incredible. One of the things that Scott Snyder, when writing this tale, did, it's probably one of the most chilling deals and an even bigger foreshadowing than even Bullock's words that become the basis for the story. Do my best to find it. It's more of a flashback to Bruce Wayne's early days than anything. Here we go, here we go, here we go. This flashes back to that moment from Frank Miller's take on Batman, Batman Year One. Another one I do not own a copy of, but I highly recommend it. The scene from that where he says, "Yes, Father, I will become a bat," and like, I shall become a bat, and like I said, this camera's not up to par, so you can't really see it. But basically, it's that scene where the bat flies through the window. He takes that vow on it. The bat flies back out the window, and an owl swoops down and kills it. Incredible, and it fits right in with the story, which was the whole point. It was almost like a foreshadowing, even though it really wasn't. It's more of a metaphor. Well crafted. Scott Snyder's writing is top notch on this. And right when this art gets done, the famous Death of the Family arc, where the Joker tries to whack off all of Batman's family members, Batgirl, Catwoman, blah, 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 shows up. So, yeah, it's like the first three volumes in a row, it's just like boom, kapow, zap, crack. You know, it's just Scott Snyder knew how to do Batman, knew how to do fresh take on the character. It was incredible. The same thing goes for Jeff Johns' two one-off graphic novels, Batman Earth One, which was like a fresh take on Batman, like a really realistic take on the characters. Basically, he did with the comics what Christopher Nolan's trilogy did with the movies. Like it's a realistic, real world type Batman. Like basically everything that was familiar about Batman was unfamiliar, right down to the Arkham building. But that's all I'll say on that. Read that for yourself. But yeah, it had more twist than the Rolled Gold Factory. So that's my recommended Batman materials. Uh, Brief story synopsises, as spoiler free as possible. With that, this is Fanboy X signing off. Uh, I'll see y'all this weekend again, and hopefully I'll be a little livelier, do a better show. I just don't know what it'll be on yet. So, um, yeah. So with that, take care and enjoy reading comic books. I know I do.